Hi guys, so Valentine's Day is just around the corner, but you don't have to do everything in pink and red. So I thought that I would do a look, it's not specifically for Valentine's Day, but you could wear it for Valentine's Day, and it's just a nice sort of edgy purple look. I've got a deep matte purple around the crease and the socket line, and then on the inside inner corner on the lid I have got a gold and purple shimmer pigment with a white base underneath, so I really like it. You can also add false lashes just on the ends, the outer corners. I haven't today, but I think it would look really nice. And then I airbrushed my base on, I airbrushed on my blush, contour and highlight as well as my foundation, and then I finished off with sort of just a neutral pinkish lip, relatively natural colour. I also have a special announcement. It's really exciting for me, although you guys probably don't care. But there's a magazine over in Australia and New Zealand called Inked Magazine. You can see it here. And I was published in the current issue of it. So work that I did with the photographer that I work with really often called Caveboy Studios. And we did a shoot with Nairi the Strawberry Siren, who's a burlesque dancer in Melbourne. And she actually won Miss Burlesque Australia, I think 2010, and they did an article on her, so we did a shoot for it and I was the makeup artist, so I've got some printed work. So you can see it here. She's gorgeous, she's a really, really beautiful burlesque dancer, and she's got some stunning tattoos. And, oops, just knocking everything off. And that's the other page. So yeah, that's my special announcement. So I hope that you like it and stay tuned. On my lids, I'm using as a primer the Inglot White Gel Liner, and this is a waterproof liner. Putting that all the way across my lid and then blending it out. You do have to work really quickly with it as it does dry really quickly, but it provides a really excellent base and it's waterproof. Now I'm going to go in with a light purple colour. This one is matte. It is from the Inglot Rainbow series and it is colour number 114R. And I'm just basically using this to mark out the shape that I want to use. And then I'm going to go in with the colour that I actually want it to be, which is a lot brighter and a lot more vibrant. And this one is 375. It's a matte colour again. So I'm just going to focus that in sort of an outer V at the outside edge of my eye. A little bit onto the lid, mostly up into the crease. And then I'm going to go in with a darker colour. This one is the black from the 120R Rainbow. And we're just going to use that with a pencil brush right in that outer corner V, mostly working that into the crease. But I'm going to put it a little bit along my lash line, just about 1/4 of the way in. And then I'm also going to put a little bit underneath my lower lash line as well, just linking all of those colours up. So now, because I don't want an obvious black, but I wanted the black to deepen the colour, I'm going to go back in with that matte purple colour, and again this one is 375 by Inglot, and I'm going to just intensify that a little bit more. Now I'm taking the mid purple and a little bit of the top row from the 114R again, and I'm just going to put that about 1/3 of the way onto my lid, and then I'm also going to use that above the darker colour that I've got on my crease on my brow bone. So this is just going to act as a sort of in-between colour between my brow highlight colour and the crease colour, just to help fade it out nicely. Now I'm going to use a mix of these two colours, and these are 395 and 355s. One is matte and one is shimmer, and I'm going to place these under my brow bone as my brow highlight. And then I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush and I'm going to blend all of those colours in together. So that light mid purple, which is a matte colour, and then my brow highlight. Just going to blend and soften everything out a little bit more. And now the fun bit. So I'm taking this pigment from Inglot, which is colour number 22, and you can see it's a beautiful purple shot through with a little bit of gold, and it's very shimmery once you have it on. The particles are very big, so what I'm actually going to do is scoop a little bit out on my brush, and then I'm going to put that into the lid of the pigment and just work it in with the bristle so that I've got my brush nice and loaded up. And then I'm going to take my Vitamin A Face Mist from Body Shop, and you can use this as a setting spray or on your foundation or just as a refreshing spray. But I find that it really works well if you spray it onto your brush once you've got some colour on. It makes the colour a little bit more intense and it makes it last a lot longer as well. It's particularly good with pigments. And I'm working that all the way along my lid from the inner corner into the outer corner, but I'm trying to avoid getting that into the crease. If you do get any in the crease, because I want to keep that matte, I'm going to go in with my blending brush again, and I'm kind of going to use it to buff away any of the shimmer. The eyeliner that I'm going to use is a gel liner, and this one is by Inglot. It's color number 77. It's a really good jet black. It's waterproof. Once you put it on, it doesn't budge at all, and I find that when it's in its sort of creamy liquid state, it glides on really nicely and you can get a very nice sharp line. Probably the one downside of it is that it dries very fast, so you have to work with it really quickly. I'm winging my eye out a little bit, and then I'm placing a little bit on my lower lash line and then bringing it into the corner. And as you can see for this, I'm just using a small angle brush. If you've got any fallout from the pigment, just grab a makeup wipe and you can just clean that away. I'm going to airbrush on my foundation, but before I do that, I'm just going to conceal any blemishes that I've got with my normal concealer. You can see that I've got one right smack bang in the middle of my forehead, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Now I'm taking a under eye concealer, and this one's of a light consistency, mixed in with a little bit of my foundation, and just placing that underneath my eye. Because I'm airbrushing, I don't want to go too close to my eye makeup. I'm going to airbrush on my base using Tempdew foundation. This is a silicone based foundation. The colour that I'm using is one that matches my skin tone pretty well. It's mostly colour number 2. It's got about 3 or 4 drops of number 3 and then 2 drops of number 1 just to balance it out a little bit. So I'm holding the gun about 6 inches away from my face, although you can't really see it here, and then I'm just applying that all over in all areas until I'm happy with the coverage. Once I've applied all of the foundation and I'm happy with it, I just like to give it a sweep over with just air. I just find that this helps to set it and make it dry a little bit faster. And then I'm going in with a highlight colour, and this colour is number 5. So I'm applying that to my cheekbones, a little bit onto the temples around my forehead and the centre of my nose. And then I'm going to turn the PSI down to about 6 and just apply a little bit on the cupid's bow of my lips. I'm then going in with a slightly darker foundation colour, and I'm just going to use this to contour my face. If you want to, you can use your hand as a line just to get a little bit of a, I suppose you could almost use it as a stencil. Just make sure to not hold your hand too close or the line will be too sharp. I'm then going in with a blush. The one that I'm using is from TSN and it is called Little Mermaid. Now that I've applied my base, I can go in and fill in my eyebrows, and I'm just using my normal matte eyeshadow in a brown colour. And then you can curl your eyelashes, and then go in with a couple of coats of mascara. I want the lashes to be quite thick on this one. If you wanted to, you could also use false lashes, or even just half lashes on the outside corner of your eye. But for today, I'm just going in with loads of mascara, and I'm going to apply a little bit on my lower lash line as well. And now I'm going to go in and fill in my lips. I'm just using a neutral lip liner. This one is Makeup Forever, and it's from the Aqua Lip collection. It's a really long lasting one. So I'm just going to fill in my lips the shape that I want, and then I'm going to fill in a little bit and sort of blend it upwards. I just find that this helps in case the colour of my lipstick fades away. That way I'm not left with a ring around my lips. I'm going in with a lip colour, and this one is number 13 from Inglot, mixed in with a tiny little bit of number 30. And that's the whole look. You're pretty much done. Hope that you liked it, and please feel free to rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks!